Wagwan beautiful people, I am Chev. If you're new to this channel, welcome Wagwan. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how I achieve the invisible locks twist and show you guys the best method to do this style for a longer wear. I'll also be showing you the two original methods and the pros and cons of doing this style with those methods. Okay y'all, now jumping straight into the video, I wanted to show you the two methods that I saw on how to do this style. And this first one is mostly for non-braiders. It will help mostly with the grip, but I will tell you later on what problems that I had with this method. So it is a little bit more work out of the two methods. So first you have to create two sections, then a subsection from each. Then you braid the bottom end, crochet the hair through the bottom end. Then you're going to twist the top part to mix it with the bottom to create that flat twist type of look. Now with this method, it is super easier for non-braiders to twist the hair in as opposed to feeding it in. However, with this method, I found that the hair poofed up way too fast for me, and twisting in certain directions becomes a challenge. Now for the second method, this is mostly for people who are braiders and know how to feed in, and this is a more natural looking method out of the two. And I liked this method, how the finished look was. However, to feed it in was a little bit of a challenge on where to twist it and also to get the hair to stay in place if you can't braid. Like, I know I do a lot of styles, but feeding is not my strong suit. And y'all, my boyfriend was sleeping on the floor this entire time because I was having so much trouble with completing this look because I had to retwist so much of it to get the look to how I wanted. Now this is how it was looking at first. It wasn't looking exactly like the invisible locks, especially because I was using the wrong hair, and also waking up in the morning the entire head was puffy and it was just a mess. So moving on to my method, first of all, you need to have this hair. This is what all the tutorials that I saw, they all use Cuban twist, whether it was Shake and Go brand or it was free twist on Amazon. But this was the Cuban hair that I found, the Cuban twist that I found in my local beauty supply store. And also the girl in the beauty supply store told me to get this pomade because she's like, this is what she used to retwist her locks. I'm like, okay girl, I'm gonna get it. It was hella expensive though. It was like 17 Canadian dollars. Okay. And at first, I used these Shine and Jam magic fingers and that was working against me. I don't know if it was a formula change, but my hair was reverting and it wasn't helping with the flat twist to stay flat. Now we're going to move on to my method of creating this style. So after redoing my hair for the umpteenth time and getting frustrated, I decided to just remove the whole thing and just try something different. So my method is plaiting your hair, like leaving a couple of inches from your roots, and this is going to be helping with my flat twist and also to anchor the hair without having to do all the extra work, and also to prevent tugging. As you saw earlier, I separated my edges from the flat twist because it's a high tension hairstyle, honestly. So you don't want to involve your edges in this type of twist work, you feel me? So now I crochet the hair through my hair, and we're gonna leave space in between, so you want to make sure that you have that space. Now what I've learned to do is pre-twist my hair to see the direction in which I twist in order to see which direction I'm supposed to flat twist. So this was a problem for me, which caused me to retwist the hair over and over again previously the night before because it just wasn't staying right because my flat twist was in the opposite direction of how I was twisting the hair. So you want to do like a pre-twist type of trial run before you actually twist the hair. Now I put the pomade on the section, make sure that it's nice and flat, and I just swirl that around. Now I went with number 30 color because I was like, you know what, this is what suits me. Like, I like this type of color. So I'm like, you know what, the black was falling flat for me and I want to try this. So I twist all the way down to mimic how people with natural locks, how their hair look when they get a fresh retwist. So that is what I am going for, instead of doing a super flat twist and then it's too much of my hair to work with and then it's all poofy. So now by doing this method, I just go straight into twisting the hair together. I don't have to feed in, I don't have to do anything extra. And I'm going to take some Maurice beeswax to help to keep my hair tucked in and also to keep the hair in place. Now, if you're going to do color like I did, you're going to eye how much pieces of hair you want to put in order to hide your hair. And then I measure the bottom of the twist to how I want the bob to shape. And then I start rolling the hair upwards to create the barrel on the bottom. Now, I already had black elastic, but I didn't think that I was using color. So I could have gotten clear elastics to give the invisible look down at the bottom, but it's fine. It still worked out great. Now I'm going to show you guys how I did the back. Now I only used 2 mirrors. I know there's this mirror on Amazon that some people use that's like give like a 360 type of view. So if you want that, you can get it, because I'm about to get it too, but I discovered it a little bit too late. So I just used the mirror in front of me, angle it a certain way, and use a mirror in the back. Now honestly, the parting is what took the longest because it's a little bit hard and challenging to part your own hair, but I did watch a video on here on how to part and it helped tremendously. Now I'm a girl, I'm not gonna say I'm lazy when it comes to doing these styles, but it's like I don't want to do it too small because I don't like too much tension on my head, and the smaller the partings are, it's a little bit more tension. So I opted to do like a, what do you call that, medium type of size. So I'm just wrapping, making sure my hair is hidden to give like a ombre type of finish in the back. And that's basically it. So I'm going to keep showing you my method because it helped tremendously. And also with this method that I'm doing, waking up in the morning, because this is the second day I'm making this voiceover. Waking up in the morning, my hair was still flat, it was still in place, like everything worked out. So it's all about choosing the correct hair. So you want to use the Cuban twist, and I used 4 packs of this hair. And also you want to make sure that you get a really good braiding gel or pomade. Like you need that with all this twisting and stuff. Like you need good lock gel. Like it's essential. Also to mention the name, because a lot of people were confused. So invisible locks is not necessarily locks. Obviously it's a twist, but it's supposed to mimic what natural locks look like when they're freshly redone and then put in twists with barrels at the end. So hence the name invisible locks. Now moving on to the front. Now for the front, it's going to look more flat twisted because of the space that I part. So it was a little bit more elongated in the front, which I don't mind because it was still pretty cute and it gave that natural look like a fresh retwist. So I'm going to show you guys my method a couple more times so that you guys could get it. So you don't have to twist all the way down. And if you have longer hair, this could still work for you because as you guys saw, I didn't cut the hair itself. I just bended the hair. And also I wanted to add a little bit of razzle dazzle to this style. So I was going for like a goddess type of look as well. So what I do is I crochet the hair into my hair at the base. And instead of crocheting the curly hair afterwards to make it stick out on top, I decided to make sure that it's blended with the twist itself. So I go upwards crocheting the hair, and then for some sections, depending on how big they are, I put like a little bit more piece in it. And what I like about the Cuban hair as well, Cuban twist hair, is that it comes in pre-sections. So I literally use 1 piece for every twist. Like I split it in half for each side, and that's basically it. So also to mention, when you're flat twisting, especially the front, if you do elongated type of look, you want to get these little hair clips, like the iron looking ones, because that is what's going to help you to pull it down before you actually twist, so that the flat twist stays in place. Now if you get black hair, you don't have to be doing a more focused type of twist like I'm doing to try to blend my hair, because if you're doing black hair or a color hair that matches yours, the twist will be way easier to do, so you don't have to be like taking your time and trying to wrap the hair around. And as you saw, I separated the curly hair from the twist itself before I go any further, just to make sure that it's not blended in, and then I have that goddess look. Now I'm not going to be using a lot of this curly hair, because you know, with free tress type of hair, any type of synthetic curly hair, after a while they get matted in your braids, so I didn't want to put too much. I just wanted a little bit more vavoom in the style. Okay, this is what the hair is looking like, and I'm super tired. I went to bed because, girl, 2 days of trying to figure out this style, because I did it with the black ultra hair and it was a mess, and I'm like, no girl, like I want this style. So I had to pull it out, wash my hair, and redo it. Like, I was dead tired. I went to bed for like a good 6 hours, and I'm like, yeah, we're refreshed and ready to go. So this is what the hair is looking like after I'm done. I'm just gonna put some mousse onto the curls just to help them stay in place. You know, you need a good mousse when you're using any type of synthetic curly hair in your braids, so you're gonna need to refresh this on a daily. Now this is what the hair is looking like, and I am in love. Now I put my own twist to this style, and I couldn't be happier. I realized that it wasn't working for me in the beginning because I wasn't doing a Chev B type of thing. Usually with any type of style, I try to find my own way of doing it, and also ways to help people who can't braid that well and can't feed in. So, you know, like, obviously it wouldn't make sense if I was trying to do it like a braider. It is looking neat, it is looking together, and I am absolutely in love with this style. Like, the color, the barrels, everything. And I think I want to do it a little bit shorter. I'm not sure, I wanted a shorter bob, but it's giving. Let me know what you guys think about the look. I will leave the link to the hair down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at @DamnThat'sChev. And I'll see y'all beautiful people in my next video. GWAN, big up on yourself. Bye guys.